Hey everybody, welcome back to Be Still VoiceWorks. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about our obligations as empaths. What do you mean? I have an obligation? I'm just a person. I was just born this way. What am I supposed to be doing? Why do I have to do anything? These are perfectly reasonable questions that you may or may not have just asked me. Probably not. I'm putting words in your mouth. That's just what I do. But one of the things that I believe is important as an empath is to recognize our obligation to teach those around us who may not have what we have as far as empathy, sympathy, and the way we look at other humans. So it's extremely important for us as empaths to first identify that we are empaths. I think this is simple because all you have to do is watch the television. If you get uncomfortable watching TV and you start thinking about the lives that are affected therein, then I believe you at least have empathy, which is a good start in identifying whether or not you're an empath. Empathy, we all have it. Humans have it. It's just something that is a way for us to keep our tribes alive, right? We have to empathize about our neighbor. Essentially, it's a transmissible ego, right? Because ego makes it to where you try to survive, where you don't want to die. That's how humans have made it so long, is that ego. But that ego also gets carried away. And when it gets carried away to other people, protecting them, that's empathy, right? In a way. And I think it's extremely important for us to realize that we possess empathy and that we possess the ability and desire and drive to help those around us grow and learn. Maybe we want their lives to be better. Maybe we wish that they weren't poor, even if we were poor as a result. That's true empathy. Loving everyone around you as if they're a child that maybe is your child and that you care for and that you nurture and you love. That's what empathy is having that for others around us. So if you're an empath, you have that, but it's much more intense. It's you genuinely feel as if someone has harmed you when someone harms another person. That's what an empath is, I guess, in a rudimentary description, but it's deeper than that. If you think about gifts, spiritual gifts, think about them as evolutionary abilities. So maybe a monkey, right, has developed the ability to take a branch, stick it into a termite mound and pull termites, blah, blah, blah. Someone had to do that first. So empathy and spiritual gifts related to this, they pop up all across this earth based on what the earth needs. So if the earth is full of evil people who are treating one another like crap and no one cares about someone else, then those spiritual gifts are going to come and they're going to develop and they're going to pop up all over the world. We are the result of one such popping up of a gift. Empaths. We're getting much stronger. There are more of us now than there used to be. And I think that's absolutely outstanding. But it is our obligation then, if this place deems it that we should exist, that we use these gifts for the betterment and evolution of mankind, womankind, personkind, humankind, life kind. And that's one of our obligations. So we are obliged to learn about who we are, but then we're also obliged to take those lessons and give them to others too. We have to learn to teach in a sensitive, sensible way, but also in a way that's confident, because the others out there who are not empaths, they only understand confidence. So we have to display that. But this world kind of makes that difficult for people like us, right? Because if we're bringing forth the new lesson of sensitivity and love, that means it's not there. That means we have to provide that. Now, how do we do that? That's the real question, isn't it? How do we go about it? Well, it's all about knowing you. It's all about understanding, who am I? Who are you? What kind of a life do we want? What kind of a life are we going to live? What kind of people are we going to be? Are we going to be good ones? Or are we going to be just like all the other ones? Personally, I would like to make everything better for everybody. Because I don't care about capitalism in the way that if person A doesn't buy item B, that economy C will cease to exist. Fine, let it cease. I've issued it a cease and desist order. It's the life we live in, okay? And it's gonna be this way, at least for a few hundred more years, probably. But if we treat each other the way that we know how to, then at least a certain section of our population will evolve. And with that evolution will come a greater percentage of people who have this. And that will continue on and on until the majority of people are this way. And then if trend applies here, eventually the majority of people will be good. And at some point, the scales will tip again and the bad will rise. And they will continue to rise until the majority of people are bad. And then this will cyclically occur again and again, again and again, in perpetuity, until all souls that come here have finally learned the true lesson. The lesson that there never will be a right or a wrong. There never will be a correct or an incorrect, a good or a bad, kind or evil. Instead, all that will ever exist is the yous and the me's, who determine and deem what's good and what's bad. So while we're here, let's use that determining factor that we have to decide what good is, and to make sure that it's prolific. Make sure that we reproduce that in this world, because we can't sit here waiting and watching. The only way to make this place a place that you want to be is to be it yourself. So go out there, learn about you, take these things you know, and give it back. Let people see this is love, and I love you. And as always, my friends, be still. See you later.